Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me type video with the new, well, new-ish right now, but not super new because it came out like a month or two ago, but the Lorac Unzipped Ocean Sunset palette. Gorgeous. I showed in my last haul. I've been using it quite a bit so I can give you a little bit of insight, and maybe a color or two from the ColourPop Golden State of Mind palette. And these are just gorgeous metallic. They're really actually glitter shadows. Like, they're metallic, but they have glitter in them a lot, and they're really pigmented. So I'm just gonna get started. So I'm gonna start with my eyes, like I always do. I'm going to use my Ulta Nude Matte Primer, which I like this a lot. It reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay Shadow Primer, except I feel like that one lasts longer, honestly. But this is a good, like, winter primer when my eyelids aren't as oily. Or on a day when I don't really care if my makeup lasts, like, 12 hours. Because my eyeshadow looked pretty good for about 8 hours with this on. But at the 8-hour mark, my eyeshadow's starting to get not cute. But here is the, I just put that primer on. I'm almost out of this primer, actually. It's pretty low. It's like down to like here. I'm gonna have to set my eyelid with another shadow because this one, the Ocean Sunset, and that other one, neither one of them have a brow bone color. So to do that, I'm just gonna use this Ofra shadow, this yellowy nude shadow. Well, it's like a yellow cream colored shadow. It doesn't show up yellow on my skin, but if you're super fair, it might be too dark. For me, it works out pretty well though. I don't need to set this primer too much because this primer's not as sticky as my NYX Proof It primer, which honestly I don't think I would buy high-end primers just because my drugstore primers work just as well. My eyeshadow, the NYX Proof It primer is the best primer I've ever tried, and I've had the Urban Decay one. I have the Lorac one right now, which I don't like even as much as this one. It doesn't keep my shadows on as long as my Ulta one. Okay, and in my crease, I'm just gonna put this color right here, which is Horizon. And I'm gonna go in with a blending brush. These shadows are kind of powdery, but not like, they're powdery in a like super pigmented, like you only need one tap kind of way. Like, they're just really dusty shadows, but they have like pretty high pigmentation, and I think that's what it is. Like, I expected the Lorac shadows to be like that. Do I think this palette has as good of quality as the like big Mega Pros, or the only one I've tried is the Mega Pro. Is the Mega Pro 3, so I can't tell you any other ones, but it's not as good a quality as my Mega Pro 3. But I still do like it a lot, and I still would use it a lot, just because the colors are really gorgeous, and I don't mind that it's a little bit more powdery than that. And get out my knockoff Veramona Color Switch OC BC Base Beauty Concepts blank slate thing, which I showed this in a Vlogtober video. I'm gonna take the color Bedrock, which is this brown right here, tap off the excess, just put some of that in my crease. I'm gonna put the color High Tide. I never do colors like this. I always do like tutorials with browns and like neutrals. And this color is really pretty and pigmented. Blend this a little. A little bit more of that horizon color. I forgot I had music on, so hopefully I don't get copyrighted. Okay, and there's that in the crease, and I'm gonna go in with a little bit of sea urchin on. Actually, what I'm gonna do first is prime my lid with a little bit of this purple eyeliner that I have from Koki Cosmetics in the color Eggplant. Okay, so I have that eyeliner on the lid, and I'm gonna go ahead and pack that purple on the lid with the other end of this Urban Decay shadow brush. Okay, and on my inner part of my lid, I'm going to put the color Sandbar right here. I'm going to spray that with a little bit of setting spray. Good thing this bottle must have been high quality, because this is a glass bottle and I just dropped it. The ColourPop setting spray. There we go. Okay. I feel like that looks pretty good, but I want to add at least one color from this Golden State of Mind palette. So I'm gonna go in with I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this color right here on my finger. This might look a little bit crazy right now, but it will come together. Okay, now for right now, I'm done with the upper lid, and I'm just going to go with my face primer, go straight into foundation. Primer, I ordered this kit online. It's the Sephora Favorites Prime Set Go kit, so I'm just going to use some stuff from that. I'm going to use the Photo Finish Primer Water after I use like another kind of primer. I'll use the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. And this actually does have a peachy tone to it, and it is quite cooling. The only thing I don't like about this is that it does not spread well. Like, you need a lot to go. Little does not go a long way. Like, you do need like a bit more than you would need with other kinds of primers. And now I'm gonna spray my face with this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I'm gonna cover my eyes really quick and do that. Give that a second to set in really quick. I'm gonna use the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation since this is like a satiny finish. And I don't want a super duper matte finish, but I also want decent coverage, so I'm gonna do this. And I'm almost out of this and I just want to use it up. Not because I don't like it, I just feel like I need to go through some of my foundations. I'm gonna use the Maison, one of these kind of brushes. I feel like this brush and this foundation are a great match. With this brush and this foundation, like, I get great coverage on top of getting just, I don't know how to explain it, a really smooth, flawless, like poreless finish. I feel like this foundation brush almost glides stuff over your pores. It doesn't get in them and doesn't like even sink into them, if that makes sense. I think this coverage is good. This foundation's it's starting to be a little bit too dark for me. I can tell because it looks a little bit orangey. But I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape in the color Light Medium Honey, and this is really light, so that'll help. I use this stippling brush. And another thing that I'm going to try out that's new today is the Laura Mercier Secret, not Secret Brightening Powder, the Laura Mercier powder that everybody talks about. I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder to set my under eyes, and a Real Techniques setting brush. Well, not setting brush, a Real Techniques contour brush. You only need a little bit of this powder. A little bit goes a long way. I always see Jackie Aina use a puff to apply powder in her videos, and like, I'm always like, her face looks so flawless. I'm gonna have to start using a puff. I like the way this powder looks. It doesn't look cakey or drying or any of that. It just looks like flawless. The only place, foundation never looks good in my nose, so that's not this powder's fault, but actually the foundation don't look too bad in my nose. Now that I'm looking at it, it really doesn't look too bad in my nose. And I'm just gonna move on to the lower lash line. And for the lower lash line, I'm gonna first start with the color Bedrock mixed with the color Horizon. I'm just gonna put Horizon like down as kind of almost a transition color on the lower lash line. Okay, and I basically just put those two on my lower lash line. I don't want the lower lash line to be super smoky or anything. But now I'm gonna move on to the rest of my face. I really miss my Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. That's one of my favorite bronzers, and I ran out of it. I'm definitely gonna have to get a new one at some point soon. And oh, if you wanna know what this t-shirt is I have on, it's the It's the Third Pew, Nathan Zed, like his t-shirt, his merch t-shirts, it says good enough, which I'm all for that type of, I'm all for affirmations, and also I'm for Nathan Zed, so I'm here for it, basically. And, oh, that one didn't have a spoolie on it. I was trying to brush my brows out with no spoolie. I'm gonna use the Benefit Cheekathon palette, which I think you can still get actually, but if you can't, all of these are available individually, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna go in with the Rockateur blush, which I'm sure you guys have seen before. Will tie in with that purple, like it has like a mauve tone, which will tie in with that crease color. And for highlight, I'm going to use Secco Pop, which is this right here. This also reminds me of you see the glow? I'm also gonna put that in my inner corner, cause I put an inner corner color on, but that clearly is no longer there. So okay, now I don't know how much that I got on this video. I hope that I didn't miss my blush, bronzer, and highlight, but I'm going to put this Art & Skin Modster pencil liner, super smooth, supercharged lighter. I'm gonna put that in my tight line. That purple liner that I used earlier as a base, I'm gonna put that in my lower lash line, right underneath that. And I'm gonna use this Mison brush to go ahead and kind of blend those two together. I'm gonna put the thinnest line of eyeliner on my upper lash line. Okay, actually I'm gonna do my brows because I look so weird without my brows done in this like dramatic makeup. I'm gonna use my Benefit Cabral, is what I'm gonna use today, with my Bodyography brow brush, because, wait, not Bodyography, ooh, I don't even think I have my Bodyography brow brush anymore. My Brow Gal Tanya Crooks brow brush. And for brow gel, I'm going to be putting on the Cabral 24-Hour Brow Setter by Benefit. And for mascara, and this is really awesome. In like literally one coat, it does a lot for your lashes. I love this mascara. I like this mascara more than my Supersizer, which if I'm saying that, then it's a really good mascara. And for my lower lash mascara, I'm going to be putting this on, and I'm not really going to leave that in. And that's the eye look done. And for lip color, since I do have such dramatic eyes right now, I'm gonna go lighter on the lips. I'm gonna be using Ofra Pasadena liquid lipstick. I'm going to use a setting spray, and the setting spray I'm going to be using today is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. See, the setting spray is very lightweight. It didn't make my face too illuminated, but it did make it pretty illuminated. And now I'm going to show you guys the look. Zoomed in, my hair does not look all that great, but just bear with me.